how strangers reacted when we did stuff to them. We tested their patience by dragging out the process of asking for directions. We saw how kind they were to someone who was handicapped and like needed help picking up their stuff or tying their shoe. And we also interviewed them 3 questions about like the morality of strangers or regular people. And then we also had them sign a pledge to being the best citizen that they could be.
We went to South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Center Street and JP. We went to Fort Revere in
Coolidge Corner. Hello, so it's Violet and Annie, and we are on Center Street in Boston right now, which is the main street. It runs through all of Boston in the middle, so it's like very long. We're just at the main part right here with all the shops. So now we're going to try to look for some older people who are more willing to, and also if we see some crankier people along the way, then we'll videotape them as well to show you guys. So, come on!
No.
Yes.
If I had the proper tools to help them change the tire, yes.
Yes and yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I would, but it would probably depend on the circumstances where the person broke down, where I was.
Yes, I think I would. Yep, definitely.
Yes.
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 I think it depends what the situation was. If I was going 65 miles on the interstate and I saw them very suddenly, I think it would be difficult for me to pull over and stop, just because I would have to slam on the brakes and I would potentially be endangering myself and other traffic in doing that and swerving to the side suddenly.
Yes.
Probably.
You know, say a thief stealing bread for his family to feed them, and he knew he wouldn't get caught, I think he'd absolutely do it. But if the same thief was gonna rob a bank to, you know, just get rich, maybe he'd think about it a little.
Yes, I do think so.
Okay.
Yes.
I think so, yes. I agree as well.
Yes.
Depends on who that someone is.
I mean, yeah. Tough question. You're talking American society.
Yeah, it depends on what person you're talking about.
Depends a lot, I think, on the moral systems that people are raised with and the morals that they are taught from a young age onward. You know, I think a great example is, you know, people that are not religious, for example, do not necessarily commit more crimes than people who are religious. You know, we have a common and shared set of values that transcend religion, that go beyond religion. And I think that that basic sense of right of wrong would generally hold true, even if it were easier to commit, like, a crime, for example, and get away with it.
Bad.
I think they're essentially good.
Okay.
They do bad things sometimes, but I think they're essentially good.
Okay.
I'm a pessimistic optimist, so I feel that people are generally good. 51-49 split.
I think that you're born inherently good, and sometimes what happens along the way can taint that goodness.
Generally good.
That's a tough one. I would go, because I'm an optimist, I would say that at the root people are good. I'm a pessimist, so I think people at the root, yeah, nobody's watching and they can get away with it. I think people generally would do bad.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say they're mixed bags.
Definitely a combination.
Good.
And what we're doing at Fort Revere is asking for directions. We're testing the stranger's patience and asking for directions while being very annoying.
We got pretty good response from the woman that we tested it on. She was nice the whole time, and we were trying to string it out pretty long. We had a lot of cards inside this notebook that we were writing everything down in. And The first time they dropped, it was sort of accidental.
Everywhere. All right.
The second thing we did is we made sure to ask for spelling for everything, even though it didn't matter at all. And I kind of got off topic and started drawing pictures. A cat at one point. I drew a cat at one point in the notebook instead of actually just writing down what I'm supposed to be writing down.
We'll be taking you to Nantasket.
Nantasket,
which is the coast beach.
All right. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hi, it's Ella, Lucy, Annie, Violet, and John, and today we're at South Shore Plaza because it's very hot and we have to test more scenarios.
John is going to untie his shoe and he's going to have his arm in a sling so it looks like his arm is hurt. And then he's going to go up to a stranger and ask them if they can tie his shoe.
I wouldn't be able to tie my shoe if it was broken, so I'm going to go around asking people to tie my shoe for me and see if they'll do it, because that's what being a good person is.
Well, when I did it, I only got one of the people I asked to help me out. That was it. People were pretty mean there, inconsiderate, sort of walked past or shook their head.
In Brookline, I put my arm in a sling and I walked with one crutch and pretend my foot was like messed up. And I was carrying 2 books and a clipboard with one hand while I was walking with the crutch. And I was walking across the crosswalk and I kind of like dropped my stuff and kind of like half tripped and to see who would come and help me. And this one lady came and helped me and she like offered to like buy me a bag or something so I could carry my stuff in it. And I was like, no, I'm just going down that street. And then two people came to me when I fell on the sidewalk, and one person was like, "You alright, kid?" And then one person came and helped me pick up my stuff. And they were pretty nice when we did that.
Okay, so Annie just went downstairs on the downstairs part of the mall, and now we're going to videotape her just dropping the dollar and see if people pick it up and give it to her or pick it up and take it for themselves.
What we did in the mall with the dollar is I would go down to a lower level when other people with the camera would stand in the upper level and videotape over the railing. And I'd just be like walking around dropping the dollar accidentally and seeing if people would pick it up and give it back to me or keep it for themselves. And there was nobody that really took it for themselves. Everybody kept like giving it back for me. But there was one guy, I dropped it in front of him, he stared at it, he moved his foot so he wouldn't step on it, but he didn't say anything. He didn't pick it up or he didn't say anything. So I thought that was really weird. This is the pledge. It says, I pledge to be the best citizen in my community and the world that I can be.
We got a lot of people to sign it. That's good. Some people said no.
It says, I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to sign a pledge? It says, I pledge to be the best citizen in my community and in the world that I can be. It's for our summer program.
No. I work for God, Jesus Christ crucified, and I'm going to try to be a good Christian, but it's a real struggle. I can't take on any more struggle.
Have a nice day, ma'am. I was wondering if you wanted to sign the citizen pledge. I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be. Do you want to sign it?
Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hi, excuse me. Would you like to sign this paper? It's I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be.
Sorry. Oh, put it off.
Hi. You want to sign this paper? I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be.
Maybe another time. Okay.
I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and in the world that I can be.
Oh, wow, that is great. Let's sign here.
Right here, ma'am. Yeah. Our program.
I'd love to do that. I try to do that all the time.
How old are you guys?
Unfortunately, I'm not so successful much of the time.
Good job. Would you like to sign the flag? It says, I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be.
I can't possibly sign that.
My name is Annie. I'm 12 years old, and I think people are generally good.
Hi, I'm Ella. I'm 13 years old. I think that people are generally good, but something can happen along the way to more people than not that can make them bad.
I'm Violet, and I'm 13, and I don't think that anybody is good or bad. I just think that they're born just nice people, and that their experiences that they go through make them into worse or meaner people.
My name is Lucy. I'm 12 years old, and I don't think anybody is bad. I think they just make bad decisions, so I think people are good at the core.
Hi, my name is Max. I'm 13 years old. I also don't think people are particularly good or bad, but most people, well, they're born without being good or bad, and most people have experiences that make them into nice people, more or less. And then there are some people that have worse experiences or have a worse personality, and they could be considered bad, so to speak.
Hi, I'm John. I'm 13, and I think that people aren't generally good or bad. I believe that they're good when it comes to presentation in front of a crowd, but when it comes to like being alone when no one's looking, they might do what they have to do to survive and be happy.
In closing, we'll leave you with this. I pledge to be the best citizen of my community and the world that I can be.
Do you pledge?
Woohoo!